Okay, we're on the stream.
Okay. All right, good afternoon. This is Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections and Voter Registration. Special called meeting. The time is 4:34 PM. We are at 2555 Lexington Road, Athens, Georgia. And the date is September 25th, 2023. First item on the agenda is to adopt the agenda. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt.
I have a, correction. Where it says agenda, it says it's a regular meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a special meeting.
Okay, noted. Okay, do you still wish to adopt the agenda? Would that change?
I didn't quite hear the.
There's just it just says regular meeting at the top of the agenda, not special.
Oh, thanks.
So she wanted to change that. So it's okay with you?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll
Second.
second it.
Oh, well, you made the motion, so.
Oh, I did.
You did, yeah,
I thought she had.
okay. Did you make the second, Mr. Shirley?
I will.
Okay, I thought I saw your hand go up. This is,
This is gonna be one of those days.
I guess so. All those in favor of adopting the agenda, raise your hand. Or
Aye.
say aye. Okay, agenda is adopted. Next item on the agenda is public comment. Does not appear as though there's a member of the public to make comment. Okay. The next item on the agenda is the final approval of changes to polling precincts and election day polling locations effective March 2024. All right, in front of us, there's one paper copy, so we can pass it around if you'd like. Attorney, do you recommend we do it in a certain order?
Nope.
Okay.
Whichever you prefer.
All right, in front of me, I have a, this is not a resolution.
It is an order.
Okay, in front of me, I have an order and it reads, an order of the Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections and Voter Registration to implement precinct changes and for other lawful purposes. And if a member would like to review this before we open the floor for a motion, speak now.
Like to be.
Okay.
I didn't give a chance to earlier. But this is for the precinct, the boundary, the actual areas.
Yes,
Not
the
locations.
larger one is the precincts and the blue one is.
Okay. So the chair will entertain a motion to adopt this order in front of us.
I so move.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion, Ms. Fambro, second, Mr. Kadir. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion passes unanimously. All right, the next order in front of us is an order of the Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections and Registration to polling place changes as reflected in Exhibit A, attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference and for other lawful purposes. Same as before, if any member would like to review prior to voting, please speak now. Okay. All right,
That's good.
you're good? You guys good?
Yes.
All right, the chair will entertain a motion to adopt this order.
I so move.
I second.
Okay, motion, Mr. Kadir, second, Ms. Fambro.
I have a question.
Okay,
I'm obviously completely in favor of this. There's a small, I believe the word, voter is missing from the title of the order. I don't believe that matters. I see, Board of Elections and Registration, which I don't I'm not worried about unless there's any kind of
I think it's fine. The
Okay.
title is not like binding on the whole document. But thanks for pointing that out.
Okay, any other questions, concerns, comments? All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, order passes unanimously. The next item on the agenda are announcements. Mr. Shirley, would you like to read the announcements today?
I would be happy to. October the 1st through the 7th is National Voter Education Week. Tuesday, October the 3rd is the Election Education Forum specifically for elected officials and political parties. Thursday, October the 5th is Election Education Forum specifically for voters. Tuesday, October the 10th is the deadline to register or update registration in time to vote in the November election. And then Monday, October the 16th is the earliest date the Department of Elections is allowed to mail absentee ballots. And advance voting begins for the November election unless I am mistaken.
Chair recognizes Ms. Perkins.
Two things. October the 4th is let me back up. We've been asked not to say forum, but to say session.
Okay.
But October the 4th is the, election voter education session for Miriam Moore. That's gonna be held at the
Oh.
Miriam Moore Community Center.
And that's missing from this list. Correct.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How are we prepared to notify the people that live in that community, about this meeting and the fact that it has passed? Because this is absolutely historic.
I sent flyers over to, Miriam Moore Community Center, for her too, and she said she would distribute them in the community.
Wonderful. Okay, any other questions, comments, staff, anything? All right,
Just
yes,
an update, as far as absentee ballot applications. So far, we have a total of 17.
17 for
wonderful.
the clerk of the court, primarily. Oh, that's
Great.
impressive. Quick question for, Ms. Perkins. When do we officially become Clarke County, Office of Election? Are we already there?
Director Sosby, do you have an answer for that?
That's okay, it's not.
I don't have.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
He asked when will the, office be separate?
It's probably because it's,
Don't have an answer for that.
Okay.
When will what office be separate?
Oh, she's on the meeting.
When will the office, become elections and voter registration and then the Board of Elections?
the name
Will
change.
remain the
Change.
same. Mhm.
That still hasn't been determined. So this is what we've run into. We are doing a historical study on how the office became what it is today. Was it named the Elections and Voter Registration Office? Was it named Board of Elections and Voter Registration? Was it named Board of Elections and Voter Registrars? So we've kind of hit a brick wall to determine. So if the office was named, who was it named by? Was it named by local ordinance? And if so, then whoever named it, it is the one who has the power per se to change the name. So that's where we are right now. We've done a lot of studying on it and found how the office was referred. I forgot the name that was used, but a lot of historical information on what it was before the probate office took over the election side of everything. So we're kind of like sitting at a wall waiting to figure out how to get some legal guidance on how that needs to come about.
How far have we gone back in terms of, the year? Have we gone back 100 years? I mean, how long, what's the oldest record we have as far as the office is concerned?
That I don't have in front of me, but I do have what we have found, and I can provide that to y'all in an email. But yeah, and let me just send that to you and then we can go from there. That may have been in the 1930s, maybe. That kind of stands out to me, but it may not be that far back.
Okay, thank you.
Would you like that to be an agenda item next time?
I'll just ask a question. The question I really have is, do you think we will be able to have the name change before the March election?
That's a good question. We can certainly work towards it. There may not be any way that it can be changed.
Okay.
That may be what we find out. So
Okay.
I can definitely put that on my list of things to do.
All right.
Now, I have a question. I'm sorry for delay, guys. But if that name cannot be changed, can the name for the board itself be changed? Because the board is more recently, come into being.
I think I can answer that question. I don't think the board's name can be changed because that was definitely done by local act. And I think where there's a little bit of a lack of clarity is when this local act was passed, was the intent of the General Assembly and the commission that it was also sort of designating the name for this staff, the department. But it certainly the 2002 local act that I'm looking at right now absolutely establishes the name of the board. It says it establishes the Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections and Registration. So that could not be changed, I would argue, without a local act.
Thank you.
Is there anything in here that helps us, whether it can be changed depending on the history?
Are you talking about the department's name or the board's name?
No, department's name.
I cannot imagine that there's anything in state law on that issue. I think Charlotte's right that we really need to figure out when it was created. And so, I was just looking at this really quickly. The local act only seems to refer to Charlotte's position as the supervisor of elections and registration. So not having talked with Charlotte about this beforehand, that's the only reference that I seem to see to any kind of name that might in any way be applicable to the department. So I just don't know what they have found in terms of the history of the staff department. We can certainly try to coordinate for the next meeting.
Okay. All right, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion, Mr. Ambrose, second, Mr. Shirley. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Meeting is adjourned.